Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and I have a lot of content already on bringing in an in-house orthodontist into a general practice or a pediatric practice, and most of them talk about why it's a really, really bad idea. By all means, go ahead and do it because it's like probably the top five ways, one of them, that I get my business at Straightsmile Solutions. So I should tell everyone, yeah, do it. Go for it. Um, a lot of doctors I end up working with on their individual cases, they get a little frustrated because they end up referring out some cases, especially the surgical ones or the big myo ENT ones. And they're like, well, wait, this is a braces case, or this is a jaw surgery case, or this one needs TADs or whatever. And yeah, the only reason that someone would need all that stuff is if you missed the boat on the phase one interceptive, or you missed the boat with the myo, or you missed the boat with the ENT, and their face grew wrong. Um, yeah, nobody wants those cases. No offense. Uh, 15, 20, $30,000. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll do it. But the thing is, you're not gonna be able to charge that kind of money. They're expecting they're gonna use their insurance, and it's gonna be a $5,000 case. So, um, you're welcome to do this and have an orthodontist take on the liability, but let's talk about, well, no, I'm not going to talk about the risks. I talked about that in all the other videos. This is supposed to be a positive video. So feel free to do it because thank you so much. It'll bring me so much business later when everything heads south, which it will. But let's talk about the only scenario where I think it will work out. And that is if you're completely independent from the orthodontist. You're not paying the orthodontist, you're not paying them collections, production, you're not billing for them, you're not using any of your supplies, you're not using any of your staff, you're not using your front desk. All they're doing is using your office on a day it's closed. You can always have your team there just to make sure they don't mess up your office, but that's going to come from your pocket, and it will happen. Um, but it's the only way I would recommend it. So, in other words, it's not your in house orthodontist, it's just somebody renting the space completely independent. The only thing that can go wrong with that is twofold. Number one, if the orthodontist is expecting you to refer patients over, you can't give kickbacks for that, nor can they require it as part of the agreement. I mean, certainly you can mention to the patients that there is an orthodontist that uses our space on days that we're closed, but we are not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. Because what's going to happen is if things go wrong, they're going to expect you to handle the emergencies. And even if things don't go wrong, suddenly if that doctor only comes one Saturday a month or every other Thursday, if their schedule changes, and this, oh, the reason I know this so well is because I've been that orthodontist who's done all the different things, and I see exactly what a mess it makes in terms of emergencies, or if people go on vacation or whatever, they're going to expect you, because it's the same location, to handle things, and the orthodontist expect you to handle things. And that's not it blurs the lines in terms of who is responsible, and you can't micromanage the specialist's treatment plans. So if they're doing stuff that you don't agree with, or that isn't good, which happens quite often, especially when it's not their own office, you are still ultimately liable. You're still going to get sued. Let's put it that way. The only way you're not going to get sued is if you're completely independent, and you would need an attorney to draft up that lease agreement. So in other words, that patient has to go with them, and that doctor has to finish the case if it's their patient. They can't abandon the patient. And if the agreement or the arrangement doesn't go well, that's between them. You have nothing to do with it. The problem is if that is your own personal primary care patient, it gets messy. So, and I personally would not do this if you were even doing any ortho in your practice. I would say you don't do a lick of ortho. You don't touch any ortho in your practice. That way, sorry, I don't do ortho. This is just an orthodontist who is just renting space. It's not unlike somebody renting equipment. They're just using the space when I'm not there. So that is the only way I would do it. If you don't understand all the liabilities any other way, listen to all my other videos or give it a try, because I look forward to helping you fix the mess that's going to create later. Thank you. It provides a lot of income for my pocket. All right. Thanks so much.